Mr. Havelock sighed impatiently. "You're not making any sense." Another sigh of irritation. "Being defiled, as you put it, does not equate to a loss of life." Henrietta swallowed, fighting hard not to retch. Not only was he not denying such a heinous act, he clearly saw no wrong in it. "You impregnated her!" Henrietta managed to push the words out, despite her heart hammering and making her breathing sharp and shallow. She looked at the man she had married, and for whom she had borne 2 children, and did not think it was possible to hate a person more. Mr. Havelock shook his head as though confused. "Am I to guess that she died in childbirth?" Henrietta took a step towards her husband. "No. The baby, a boy, was given up for adoption." Henrietta hissed the words. "A few months later, her mother found little Gracie hanging from the banisters, dead." Henrietta took another step across the turkey-red Persian carpet towards her husband. She was so angry and disgusted with this man now inches from her. Angry with herself for being so blind, so naive, so caught up in her own world, her books, her drinking and her pill-taking, that she had been oblivious to what had gone on in this very house. Charles struck Henrietta hard across the face with his open palm. "Calm down!" He looked at the woman he had married, not for love or for money, but because he knew she would be easy to manipulate. How dare she challenge him now? "Who's dead?" Miriam asked. They both turned on hearing the door to the office creak open. "Miriam! Margaret! What are you doing here?" Henrietta looked at her 2 grown-up daughters, shocked by their sudden appearance. They were not expected until later in the afternoon. They were both holding large, boxed-up presents, beautifully wrapped and tied with gold bows. "We thought we'd come a little earlier, give you both your presents before Nanny brings the baby," Miriam said, looking from her father to her mother. "Who's dead?" Margaret asked. She could see the red print of her father's hand on her mother's cheek. "No one's dead, darling. No one you know, anyway," Henrietta lied. Both her daughters had known Gracie, and both had been fond of her. "Mother, are you all right?" Miriam asked. "Yes, darling, I'm fine. Your father and I are just talking." The 2 sisters looked anxiously at their parents. "Why don't you both go into the front parlour? I'll come and see you in a little while," Henrietta said, putting her cool hand to her burning hot cheek. The 2 sisters didn't move. "Leave us!" Mr. Havelock bellowed. Startled, the 2 women quickly turned and left. They had just reached the sitting room when the door to their father's study slammed shut. The whole house shuddered. That would be the last Christmas they would ever spend with their mother, and one of the last times they would see her for many, many years. Chapter 1. June 1944. When Bobby walked through the main gates of J.L. Thompson & Sons, shipbuilders, he saluted Davy, the timekeeper. Returning the gesture, the young lad beamed back at the tall, burly riveter, who everyone knew had once manned ships like those he now helped to build. Bobby glimpsed a list of vessels scrawled in large, childlike writing, pinned up on the inside wall of the cabin, and smiled. Each name represented a ship commissioned by the Ministry of War Transport and built in this very yard, the 2nd largest in town. The other day, Empire Haldane had been christened, and the sense of pride and camaraderie a ship's launch always brought still pervaded. As he stepped over the threshold into the yard, Bobby automatically did what was fast becoming a habit as he walked into his workplace. He sought out the woman he